Hello everyone, it is Hannah, your sparkling spectrumite, and welcome to another WIP and Chat. WIP stands for work in progress, and chat means I'm just chatting with you. Hopefully you are doing well, and I want to see how you are doing, and I want to know what you're working on. And yeah, this is just I love these videos because it's just a fun way for me to be able to check in with you, kind of let you know what's going on with me. And yeah, I find it very therapeutic, to be quite honest with you. So really, first things first, the piece that I am working on is, oh my gosh, guys, I cannot tell you how much I am loving this piece. I think this is just a piece that, you know how sometimes there's a kit that you just need, like it just kind of brings your love for diamond painting back. And this is what this piece is doing for me right now. And it's Sugar High by Lizzie Falcon. It's a Diamond Art Club. So here's what the pick looks like, the whole thing. And it's a square drill kit. It's 20 by 41 inches. So it is it's quite a large one, or it's, 50 by 103 centimeters. But it's crazy. Like, it doesn't feel that overwhelming. Now, I will say I am kind of a big kit person. Like, I don't do snack size, I do big kits. But I'm just loving it. I am loving it. It's such a great combination of confetti and color blocking. It's a great combination of, you've definitely got your darker, you do have a lot of 310, you do have like a lot of grays, but then you have these amazing bright pops of color everywhere else with all the tattoos and her hair. And I love this piece. I'm having so much fun with it. And the other thing I will say, and it's actually really funny because I will be honest, I have very mixed feelings on fairy dust drills. I'll be quite honest with you. I go either way with them. The jury is still out for me, with all due respect to companies that do fairy dust drills. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm kind of like, does it really enhance the painting? That's kind of always been my thought. I will say these purple fairy, you can tell. I'm actually very, very impressed with these right now. Not only does it make it fun for the diamond painting process when you get these fun fairy dust drills because they're super glittery and sparkly, but I will say, you can tell here, these purple fairy dust drills, they just pop. And I'm actually really impressed with it. I'm like, okay, like that actually is enhancing this painting, I think, very well. So I have been very pleasantly surprised with these fairy dust drills because, like I said before, I gotta be honest, I have kind of had mixed feelings on them as far as if they really enhance a kit or not. And I think in this particular kit, with how this played out, I think these drills are actually enhancing this kit very nicely. So yeah. Well done to Diamond Art Club. I'll definitely give them credit for that. So actually, before I start getting into it, because I'm already like, you can tell I'm excited about doing this kit because I just have so much fun with it. But a couple of tools that I'm using real quick is I am just still using my Pity Putty in Limoncello. I just like it. It smells nice. It's a nice, just spring smell to me, very fresh. I love anything lemon scented and limoncello. I absolutely love. It's kind of very, I don't know, brings back good memories too. My grandfather actually used to make his own limoncello. And if you guys don't know what limoncello is, it's a really good, like, lemon liqueur that's delicious. And he used to make it. So, yeah, limoncello with Painting with Pities. I'm not sure if she's making putty right now. I know she had just made an announcement that, she's kind of, working through some things, and so hopefully Bree with Painting with Pities we'll see you back soon. So send love to Bree for sure, because we love her content. I know I love her content and I love her product as well. So shout out to her. My pen, I am just still using my Enablers Outpost pen, just this beautiful purple one that I absolutely love. If you have not tried an Enablers Outpost pen, definitely try them. They're just great. They're super lightweight. They feel comfortable in your hand, and they're just beautiful. They're just gorgeous, and I absolutely love them. I am using, I believe, an 8 skinny placer from Diamond Art Club, a single placer brass tip here. Love the skinny placers. I do want to start getting more. I just haven't. And it's really bad because I have I have enough points to get some of these, but I just haven't, you know, kind of pulled the trigger on getting any more. But I do love these skinny placers. These are a game changer. They work great for squares or rounds, I have found, for multi-placing. So I do really like them. And I started off diamond painting, you know, gosh, this month will mark 2 years. And if you asked me 2 years ago if I'd be using an 8 placer, I probably would have said no. I always thought I'd be a single placer. And now I'm like, okay, I love multi-placing. Like, it's great. Wax I'm using, I'm just still using my lovely WE Wax. This is in lemon sugar. This was from the very first drop that Laura with Anxiety Art Adventure, she is the owner of WE Wax. This was the first drop she did when she had started WE Wax again. She'd done it before I even got into diamond painting or anything, and then she had restarted it. And this had been her first drop, and it smells, again, just love that lemon scent. And as you can tell, I mean, I've been using this now for quite a few months, and I have barely scratched the surface. There is so much wax in here, and I absolutely love it. It works great. It's really great for A/B drills, I find. I really like it. Tray that I'm using a Bijou Bliss tray, but I thought I'd change it out, and I just thought I'd use my fun little heart one. This was one they came out for Valentine's Day. They had done some Valentine's Day trays, and I wanted one because I'm like, first of all, I thought it'd be fun later on down the road for a Barbie kit that I have, and I'm like, this just to me was very Barbie, so I'll definitely be using it down the road for my Barbie kit. And also, though, I thought this is actually kind of fun for this kit, because to me, this is very much an old-fashioned tattoo. For those of you who, you know, like tattoos, are into kind of, you know, the tattooing culture and what tattoo, this is very much your very classic old-fashioned tattoo, the whole heart with the arrow through it. So I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of perfect for a kit that, you know, she's very much tattooed in this picture. So I thought we'll go with a tattooing theme here with this tray. So yeah, those are just some kits. Believe it or not, I'm not using a cover minder today because one of the things about these newer kits is the perforated plastic, and there's lines right here, and you can feel them along. So I'm a huge, love them, love the perforated plastic. I know some people have mixed feelings about it. I am one of those people that are 100% for it, because I've said many times before probably that I do not like sectioning off. I don't have the patience for it, and I just want to get to diamond painting. So having a way that I don't have to do that anymore and it's just sectioned off for me is wonderful. I absolutely love it. And because it bends back so well, you don't really need a cover minder. Now, because I just, you know, I love my cover minders. They make me happy. You know what? Maybe I need to choose one. Now I kind of feel bad. I'm like, maybe I do. So hold on. Let me get a cover minder. Let me see what I got here. I'll leave my chair for a minute. Oh, this is tough. I don't really have one that fits this kit, but you know what? Let's do, oh, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I like this one. You know what? I'll do this one because I'll be talking about it later. Let's do this one. Let's do this cute little kitty sleeping on a moon, this little enamel pen. This is a nice one. And this one, guys, I am so sorry. I cannot tell you where this came from because I got it for free with another order. And I do not remember for the life of me where it came from. So I apologize for that. But it's a cute little kitty on a moon. And with a cover minder, if you've never used it, just in case anyone's a newbie out there, it's got 2 magnets here, one glued on the back, one separate. You put the pretty part on the top and your other magnet underneath. And you find it until they snap together. And there you go. There we go. So we'll use a little kitty here. Doesn't really go with the kit, but that's okay because we'll be talking about cat stuff later. All right, so let's get to diamond painting. Right now, I'm just kind of in the mood to single place because I find it relaxing and I just like it using this kind of pretty gray color. It's so funny because when you look at this kit, it is a lot of gray and, you know, black, but then it's so fun though, because it really is mostly used for color blocking. So, I don't know. I love this. I love this kit, guys. I'm just having so much fun. It's kind of like the grays and the neutrals are all for the color blocking. But then when you get to all these bright, beautiful colors, it's a lot of confetti. This kit is just a great mixture of confetti and color blocking. And yeah, it's just fun. It is just fun. I absolutely love this kit. And it's funny, I was actually talking to Laura with Anxiety Art Adventures. I was texting her the other night. And I'm like, I think I needed this kit. And what I mean by it's like, you know, I know, and it's so funny. I feel like it's kind of been on a lot of people's minds. Like I even feel like Katie with Diamonds and Washi was talking about it in her WIP and Chat, that it's like, you know, it's so easy to get burnt out. And sometimes I think you just need that kit to get you back into loving diamond painting. And thinking about it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've been doing this for 2 years now, which for me, guys, honestly, to stick with a hobby for 2 years, that's honestly a big deal for me. Because I do tend to rotate around hobbies. I know I've said it before in other WIP and Chats and lives. I tend to, yeah, kind of rotate among hobbies. And I'll always circle back to them, but I always take a break from them. And yeah, I have not really taken a break from diamond painting now in 2 years. That has really been my go-to hobby because I used to do everything. I mean, I could quilt. I've done literally quilting before. I have done crochet. I have done knitting. I have done resin art. I have done jewelry making, scrapbooking. I mean, you name it, I've probably done it. Card making. I even used to be like, if anyone's heard of the company Stampin' Up, like I used to be one of those people who would sell Stamping Up. I mean, I've done it all. And usually, you know, I would stick with it for, you know, maybe, oh, I've done cake decorating. Like, I've done a lot. And, you know, I would stick with it for a few months or, you know, even maybe up to a year. And then I'd be like, okay, you know, it's kind of time to look for something different. And then, you know, I'll come back to it later. And really, truly, diamond painting has really been the first hobby that I have gone this long without rotating out. Now, I do have other hobbies, but not any other crafting hobbies. This has been the crafting hobby that I've stuck with. You know, if you consider this crafting. I know some people, it's kind of like, is this really crafting? Because it's all done for you. I will say yes, I think it is crafting. Because you are creating something in a sense. And, you know, with diamond painting too, once you start getting into it, you can always, you know, get into down the rabbit hole with enhancement drills and things like that. And it does allow you to be very creative and kind of form your own custom piece, really. So, all right. Oh, I think I'm all done with that horizontal piece. I am. I didn't have much left of that. Nice. Okay, cool. Done with that piece, or that color. I've only got 2 colors left on this square. Yay. Yeah, I have really enjoyed it. I will say, oh, I just spilled some. That was good, Hannah. I don't know why, guys. It's because I'm excited about this piece. Yeah, literally, this is kind of the first piece in a while that I have just been totally... I've been actually able to, like, because usually with diamond painting, I maybe get to sit and maybe diamond paint for like an hour. Like, that's really all I would get to do. And this one, though, guys, I mean, this weekend, I literally just sat and diamond painted. It was so much fun. I cannot remember the last time I literally just took a weekend and sat down in my basement, because that's where my craft room is. And just honestly played some movies and sat and diamond painted. And it was such a relaxing weekend. because it was kind of cold and stormy too. So that kind of helped. Like, when it's cold weather, you just want to stay inside. And I just loved it. And I'm like, I think the last time I really did that was probably back in October, honestly. And that's when I was working on Queen of Wands by Ines Guerrero. And it's funny, I think about that now, kind of reflecting. And I'm like, that was a piece that I also kind of flew through. And that's how I'm feeling about this kit. It's just, I don't want to stop. I'm really enjoying this. I actually want to go diamond paint at night, and like I said before, my diamond painting room or my craft room is in a basement. So it does get darker, but I'm like, I am willing to come here at night and like put my light pad on and stuff like that to do this piece, because I'm just having that much fun with it. And that's how I felt about the Ines Guerrero piece I had done back in October. But there you go. I mean, that's been 4 months since I've really felt that way about a piece. So, yeah, I'm just, and I did, what? I was feeling that way about Mama Knows Best back in March, but then, things kind of got crazy and I just, lost steam. And this one, that's just not happening. I'm really just having fun, taking time to do it. And also I've honestly just been setting aside all my other hobbies, to do this. Like, I really, I haven't been playing any more Animal Crossing, and I still really haven't been reading a whole lot. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say that's probably what my brain needs right now. And I do. I think sometimes when you're just super drawn to a hobby or a project, I really do think, if you listen to yourself closely, I think it is. I think it's your body kind of telling you, this is what you need right now. This is what your brain needs. And you just got to kind of go along with it. That's the only way I can explain it, is that I think, there's a really good saying, that, for those of you who might be new or for those who didn't know, so I attend therapy. I've been attending therapy for years. I find it very, it's good for me and my own self-care. And one of the things my therapist has taught me that I absolutely love, and I think is actually a very, very good saying, and I think it's very wise words to live by, is sometimes your body knows before your mind. Like I know we tend to, we can overthink we can overthink ourselves out of anything or overthink ourselves into something. And, but still, sometimes your mind and your body can totally be at, disarray with each other, and that's not good. So it's like, I think it is very good words to live by. It's like your body does know before your mind, and if you're able to tune into that and really listen. Sorry guys, my dogs are barking, probably because people are taking a walk, because it's kind of nice outside, and so people are taking a walk and my dogs are just going to make sure to say hi to everyone. Yeah, but again, I think when you're in tune to that and you can really be like, yeah, you know what, I'm really just going to go along with this, then, you definitely can create more calming and happier situations for yourself, for sure. So that's kind of where I'm at, just like, okay, right now, this is obviously what's making me happy. Just going back to that like repetitive action and these colors, and just kind of, in a way, I think that's what my brain needs right now. And I'm all for it. And that was actually, it's so funny. I think about that now, like 2 years into diamond painting. And I did it, because it was in April. And it was because I was, just processing my new autism diagnosis. I was diagnosed with autism now 2 years ago. And, looking into like, okay, well, how am I going to process this? How's it? Because it really was life-changing for me, getting my autism diagnosis, because you really do kind of rethink your whole life, and you really do go through, everything like, oh my gosh, okay, this is why I did this. This is why this happened. This is why I felt this way. And for someone like me who had been literally in and out of therapy for years, to finally, I'm not trying to say like have something all to blame. That's not it at all. But to realize, oh, this is how I responded because my mind works that way. That was super eye-opening to me, but it also took a lot of time to process too. I mean, I don't even think I told people I was autistic until quite a few months after, until I really had time to kind of like think more about it and really figure out, okay, what does that mean for me? What does that mean for my family? What does that mean for my daughter who is also autistic? Like, how am I going to navigate this, us both being neurodivergent? And, for my husband, like, he's in a house with two neurodivergent women. And that's, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but it's not easy all the time. And I can admit that. And there's nothing wrong to say about that, and I'm just speaking for me. I'm not speaking for anyone else. Yeah, and it was funny as I was, trying to find things. I'm like, okay, what can I do? Because I can't be alone with my thoughts. I have to be doing something to help me process. And then when I discovered diamond painting and learning about like the repetitive action of putting drills onto a canvas, it's so funny, but our brains actually need that. Looking more into it and kind of doing more research, like those things. And I think that's why, people like crocheting or knitting, because it's the same action. It's something that's repetitive, that we know what to expect. And believe it or not, our brains do. They need that to self-regulate. And so with me, diamond painting was really perfect for that. And then because I was so into art, I've always loved art. My grandmother was an artist, or she was a painter. And I was very fortunate enough where she exposed me to art at a very young age. She took me to museums. She took me to, she found me art books. She taught me about different artists, like I started learning about, French Impressionism when I was 8 years old. Like, like she always exposed me to that stuff, and I was always grateful. So I always did have a love of, learning about different artists and different periods of art and things like that. And it was funny how I'm like, diamond painting really did expose me to a lot of different artwork and new artists and different ways of creating art. It's so funny how the way I was taught, a lot of art was oil on canvas, right? There wasn't, digital art or anything like that. And now to see, how people create art now, and especially a lot of the artists that are licensed through these diamond painting companies, I'm like, it's actually really interesting to me, and it's really exposed me to new art, which I always think is good. I still have an appreciation for, the old masters, so to speak, for sure. But it's really fun to see, kind of these new artists. And then it's really fun to see their inspiration. Because I guarantee you, when you come across these like newer artists, such as like, for example, this one, Lizzie Falcon, you can totally see her inspiration. And it was funny because I was talking about that when I was live with Laura last week, where I first saw this piece. I'm like, she's very much like Margaret Keane, if anyone knows her artwork. And sure enough, I looked up Lizzie Falcon, and one of her inspirations was Margaret Keane, which kind of cracked me up. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of a tangent there, guys. I guess I was kind of just self-reflecting on why I got into diamond painting and why this piece is speaking to me so much. And again, just reflecting too, that's been 2 years. Like, that just makes me really happy. I'm just really having fun with this craft, and my goodness, the community of people it has opened me up to. I mean, I am so incredibly thankful for that. It has been so much fun to meet so many new people who have this hobby and who appreciate it. And really, it's funny, a lot of people use it for the same reasons. They use it for mental health reasons, or, to self-regulate or stuff like that. So it's just been wonderful. It really has. And this piece has definitely really just kind of sparked my love for it again, because I think sometimes it's so easy to kind of get into a lull and not enjoy it as much. And I think that especially happens when you start making content around it. because it can feel like a job, and you know, you certainly don't want that to happen. So yeah, this has just been a wonderful piece to work on. So that's a very long way of saying I love this piece and definitely recommend it. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Oh, I kind of dropped some ones over here, but that's okay. All right, so what has been going on here? Honestly, once again, it has been uneventful, which is totally my style. The only thing, I guess, I am shooting this on a Tuesday morning, so by the time this comes out, it'll be Tuesday afternoon. And usually what I try to do is I try to film Monday mornings and post it on Tuesdays. But yesterday, my sister came over with her now 1 month old baby. I can't believe it's been a month now. That is insane to me. I'm just like, it literally feels like it was just yesterday that my sweet baby niece was born. But it's been a month, and she came over, and we put together the baby's new stroller, which was super fun. Little complicated because I swear the stroller, the directions were terrible. And I'm really good at following directions. It's actually funny in the household when it comes to putting things together. I'm that person, believe it or not. My husband is okay at it. But yeah, when it actually comes to something that has to be put together, I'm probably the first person that you know can get it. And then my husband would be the second. And then honestly, usually when we work together, it's really good. But yesterday it was my sister and we were putting together a stroller. And we did eventually get it together. It didn't take us too long. But I will maintain that I think if it had clearer instructions, we would have gotten it done faster, but it just didn't. But that's okay. But yeah, I got together the stroller, and it was super fun. Got to see my little niece be in it for the first time. It's super cool. I love how they're making strollers now that are kind of like the old-fashioned prams, where, you know, you just would lay the baby in it and push it. They're doing more of that again, and I'm like, man, like, I don't know. I feel like my daughter's going to be 10 next month, and I'm like, I don't remember them having those kinds of strollers. Like, when my daughter was needing a stroller 10 years ago, I feel like I don't know. I love it. I'm like, man, they're making like such cool stuff now. I feel like even in the last 10 years, like the baby stuff is just awesome. It's neat. But then again, I can't imagine, like, you know, in my mother's generation having babies in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm like, oh man, there really wasn't a whole lot. So we're very fortunate. Some stuff honestly is totally not needed, but it is kind of cool. It's kind of been fun, like realizing now that I don't know, it's been really interesting to be around a baby, knowing that my daughter's going to be 10. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's been 10 years since I've had my baby. It's so weird, guys. Like, my daughter's going to be in the double digits. How is that possible? Just crazy. But yeah, but we put together the stroller, and that was fun. And then I had a hair appointment, which was good. Needed to get, I was so ready for like a spring summer cut. I felt like I was getting a little bit shaggy. And then it was time to add some color too. I was so ready. I love to add color to my hair. That's kind of the nice thing with having short hair is when you add color, it's pretty low maintenance because it just grows out and then you can cut it off. And then you just add a different color the next time you want to do color. So I did that, which was super fun. It was nice to do again. It'd been a long time since I'd done... because my hair is so dark, they actually have to kind of like, I do have to do a little bit of bleaching for a color to like really take hold. And it'd been over a year since I, had some bleaching done so my hair would absorb a brighter color. So I did that. And yeah, it chose a very, very radiant shade of pink. So you guys will probably see that when I go live on Thursday. that it's very pink, but I love it. Not my whole head. I just do, like highlights, but it's fun. I figured, you know what? It's getting close to summer. I think I want pink hair again. And it'd been a while since I'd done pink hair. So I was like, let's do pink. Pink is fun. Why not? I was so ready for that. So that was fun. Let's see. The weekend was, again, really, I just got to diamond paint. It was lovely. And Maggie is back in volleyball. So she had a volleyball game, which was super fun. Unfortunately, they did lose. But this was their first loss for a season. So they've had 3 games so far, and they've only lost 1. So she is doing really well. It is just so much fun to watch her. And like I said, before, it's just so much fun when you have kids and you get to see them do something that they know they're good at, like you just see their confidence. And it's such a blast to watch her play, because she's been doing this now for 2 years. And I just remember when we first started, how shy she was, and like she would barely join the huddle. Like when her coach would have the team huddle up, she'd kind of be on the outside of it, listening. And now she is right in it. She is having so much fun. And it's just, yeah, it's great. She did not like losing on Saturday. She was pretty bummed about that, but it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson to learn. And part of it too is she hadn't really done any practicing. And I'm like, well, you kind of know that if you don't practice, that's, it is what it is. And I will say, this season, it is kind of they are definitely starting to up their game a bit, because she's in a 4th and 5th grade league. And a lot of these kids are, 5th graders, and they're going into middle school next year. And a lot of them want to play, on their middle school team. So it's been really interesting to see, how she reacts, because, we've kind of told her, we're like, now thank goodness she actually has the same coach as before. So that's been amazing. She's already familiar with the coach and her style and all that. But at the same time, even the coach has been a little harder on Maggie, because she has coached Maggie before and knows what Maggie can do. So she's definitely, she's a great coach, because she is so good with those girls, but also she's going to tell them how it is. And she is starting to do that more. And it's been really interesting. I was really curious to see how Maggie would do with that. Because and I kind of told her, I'm like, you're getting to that age now where it is going to be more competitive. And you do have girls who are, looking to join their, middle school team and all that. And although she's still on the younger side, she plays with older girls. She always has. Because she's good at it. And so she's always kind of been grouped with older girls. So they kind of hold her more to those standards. So I kind of was curious to see. I'd be I was kind of okay, well, how is she going to respond to this? Because this coach is definitely going to start really coaching. She's not exactly going to be, molly coddling exactly. And so far she's done awesome. And it's really funny. Maggie has definitely stepped up to the plate, and she's wanted to, I asked her, I'm like, so how was your coach? She's like, oh, well, my coach told me this, Mom, and I got to be doing this. And she's been responding really well. So I'm really proud of that, because, that was kind of the thing with Maggie. Maggie can be, just very sensitive, as am I. It's kind of critique, when even constructive criticism is not always easy to take. And no, she's been handling it amazingly, and just really proud of her. She's been doing awesome. So that's been really fun to watch her games. And then she's still doing swim. So yeah, it's just been crazy busy. Literally Tuesday through Friday, we have a practice or something each evening. And I was, kind of worried about that too, to see how she would feel, because she definitely needs time to decompress, but she's doing great. She's loving it. So that's been great. And the nice thing is, though, I think too, she's never been this busy. April was the first month where we had literally something, Tuesday through Friday. But thankfully, I think if we'd been doing that all year, she would have been burnout. But since we've only been doing it this month, like that helped. And since we're near the end of the school year, that helps too. Because at this point now, they have finished their state testing. And they literally have, after this week, they have 3.5 weeks of school left. And so at this point, they're kind of in that coasting mode. So again, shout out to anyone, all my fellow teachers, paras, school support people. I am thinking of you at this time. Like I said before, I know this time is always a really tough time in schools because you're usually at the point where the kids just want to be done and you want to be done too. So for those of you who are in the midst of that right now, I really am thinking of you. And just sending you lots of good vibes and being positive, because it is not easy. It is not an easy time to be a teacher or school support person at all, especially during this time of the year, for sure. But yeah, so yeah, it was a volleyball game. Again, chilling. Really trying to think what else. Like, was there anything major? And there wasn't, which again has been so nice. Planning her birthday, because like I said, my daughter's turning 10 next month, which I'm just still processing, to be quite honest. But it is fun. She kind of wants to do, so we always do a family party because my husband's family is quite large as far as his extended family, and they all live here. So we always do kind of a big family party for her. And like her godparents always want to come and everything too. And so usually like we'll do a theme, like she'll kind of choose like what kind of birthday party she wants. And this year, obviously, because, my daughter's 10 and we are, Kansas people. And, if anyone has even taken a glimpse at the news, Taylor Swift and Kansas City have kind of gone hand in hand over the past few months. And so my daughter, she is a Swiftie. Like, she absolutely loves her. I would even go as far to say I think Taylor Swift is actually a special interest of my daughter's, because she pretty much now knows everything about Taylor Swift and, knows all her songs. And like for Christmas, we got her a record player and like all of Taylor Swift's vinyls, for Christmas. So she loves that. And so of course for her birthday, I mean, she's either wanting to do Taylor Swift or she is wanting to do the Barbie movie, because she absolutely loved that movie. I took her to see it when it came out last summer. And that's like her favorite movie in the world. She absolutely loved it. And with that being said too, she literally, like, she didn't read into any of the people thought there's hidden meanings behind it or any politicizing. She did not read into that. She literally just thought it's a fun movie about Barbie. Like, that was it. That's, that was where she was at with that. And she absolutely loved it. And so that is the other theme she's maybe thinking of, is doing a Barbie movie theme, which I think would actually be really fun. So yeah, so it's really fun. And obviously she really wants to plan a lot of it, which is fun. So we're kind of having fun doing that together. And it's kind of nice. Like this year, like she even wants to make her own cake and everything, which I'm just like, oh, that would be fun. And frankly, then I don't have to go order one. So I'm like, sure, we can make your cake. So yeah, it's actually been really, really fun. So we'll see which way she goes. I'll make sure to keep you guys in the loop with that, whether she goes Taylor Swift or the Barbie movie. I think either one would honestly be super fun. So we'll just see. So speaking of Taylor Swift, I have to say, all right, so I will honestly say, until my daughter started listening to her, I was never like a big Taylor Swift person, to be quite honest. I mean, I didn't think she was bad or anything. And honestly, there are some songs I'm like, oh, those are good songs. Like they're catchy, they're fun. But I was never, I would never say I was a Swiftie at all. You know, like I was never a part of that hardcore fan base. I gotta say, guys, I might be becoming a Swiftie. I'm not sure, but I think I might. I will say, so her new album came out on Friday. And of course, Maggie was like so excited. Like that was our plan, driving to school in the morning. We were gonna, you know, listen to it digitally. And I will say with this new album, I'm a huge fan. I actually really enjoyed it. I love the collaborations on it that she did with Post Malone and Florence Welch. I'm a huge Florence Welch fan. I love her music. Florence and the Machine is like one of my favorite bands. Love them. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I think I might be becoming a Swiftie because I have been listening to that out. Like that's what I listened to all weekend when I was diamond painting was her album. And I really enjoyed it. I have to admit, I really did. And yeah, and then that kind of led me down the rabbit hole to like listening to some of her other albums. And I'm probably more of like I'm not a huge like pop person per se, but I will say like her Folklore and Evermore albums, I was like loving. So I don't know, guys. I think I might be becoming a Swiftie because I just have really enjoyed listening to her music. I will say, and this will be a fun question and you can answer down below if you want to. I will post a question that if any of you are Taylor Swift people or have listened to the new album, you guys need to tell me what song you liked on it because I will tell you right now, there were three songs that I loved. So my favorite songs were The Alchemy. Loved it because I think it's totally about Travis Kelce and that makes me happy. And being, you know, Kansas person in Kansas City, of course I have to like that. And I loved Florida because again, I am a huge Florence Welch girl. I think Florence Welch is great. And sorry guys, I'm just smoothing out this square because the square is in. And then what's lovely is with this perforated paper, I'll kind of show you. You can kind of feel where the line is. And it just tears right off if you're really gentle. And it comes right off. And you're done with that one. So I loved Florida. I thought that was a great collaboration with Florence Welch. And then the other one that I really love, if you guys get a chance to hear it, it is actually hilarious. And I don't know about you. I love a good revenge song. I don't know why, but I do. And there's a song called Thank You, Amy, which if anyone, again, is like into the Taylor Swift stuff, you will know what that song is about. And I just found it absolutely hilarious. And that song cracks me up. Because again, I don't know what that says about me, but I do love a good revenge song. And that one is, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I have probably listened to it on repeat a few times. And I've just really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But it is a fun song, I will say. So look, guys, we're kind of getting into some confetti now with this. But let me see if I can scoot it up a little bit, actually, because I know you guys can't see a whole lot. There we go. Doing like an ice cream cone and then like some confetti here. So how long have I been going for? Oh my gosh, I've already been going for 43 minutes. Well, I'll talk a little more. But yeah, I have just, I've enjoyed it. It's been really fun. So coming up though, as far as, let's talk about, because really honestly, I haven't really been reading anything. And, you know, at this point, I'm like, you know, I'll read when I find something I want to read. And as far as watching anything, I haven't really been watching anything this week. I had watched that mini-series I had talked about last week, but yeah, nothing this week really. Just really been listening more to music and diamond painting. I think that's why, because I was working on this than watching anything. And if I was watching something while diamond painting, My guess is usually when I watch a movie in diamond paint, I just watch movies that like I've already seen before that I know. That way I'm like, I don't really have to focus on them. It's just more background noise. But as far as events coming up, I will say I am getting super excited about the event that I'll be co-hosting with Laura, my dear friend, Anxiety Art Adventures. We are going to do a fun, fantastic felines event, and that's going to be coming up in August. And I'm just so excited. We had co-hosted an event back in January, the Wrap Up a WIP, and we had so much fun that we're like, let's do another event. And Laura and I are both cat people. She has 2 beautiful cats, and I have 4. And we thought, this is right up our alley. And so we decided that we were going to do a fantastic felines event and make it a fun diamond painting event for August. So with that being said, more details are going to come out. So don't worry, but you can start, maybe this is kind of a good heads up that if you don't have like a feline kit, you may want to start thinking about getting one if you want to participate. It does not have to be a new start though. So if you already have one, and maybe you have a WIP and you want to pull out an old WIP that you haven't finished that has a feline in it, then that'll be perfect. Now, when we say feline, does not mean it has to be like a house cat. It can be a tiger, or if you have something with a panther in it, or, basically anything that is, basically, it does not have to be a domesticated cat, so to speak. So if you have one with a tiger on it, or a lion, or, whatever like that, if it's like a big cat, that is perfectly acceptable. So it has to have a cat in it, or a big cat, or, a feline. That's why we did fantastic felines. So yeah, so that'll be in August. I'm super excited about that. I think that'll be a really fun way to just kind of, end the summer, so to speak. And yeah, that'll be fun. And I always love co-hosting with Laura. Laura and I vibe together very well, so we have fun co-hosting. So it's definitely a privilege to be able to do another event with her, for sure. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. I think that'll be fun. So that's kind of what's going on regarding me coming up as far as events go. And then as far as diamond painting goes, really, I think that's probably the only event I'm going to be doing for a while. I think I've decided this summer I'm just going to work on kind of whatever I want to work on. I think I'm going to refrain from any other events. I will definitely make sure to still give these different events like shout outs and everything. I always want to make sure I'm still supporting other creators and other people, because it takes a lot of work to put on an event. So I definitely want to support those people. I just don't know if I'm going to be participating in them. I think this summer is kind of going to be the first summer where I just take a step back and just really, I don't know still. I've kind of talked about work on some WIPs, or just do kind of a bright colored kit. I don't really know yet. I just know that I think at this time, I don't want to have to plan, think about, I don't know, being, I don't want to say pigeonholed, but just, just not being connected to an event just because the way I change things and everything, I'm like, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow this summer and not plan on anything in particular. So that's the plan. And then as far as buying stuff, I did buy something. So I'm going to try and do a video on that soon. Just because I just thought it was a super cute idea. And it's from a small shop I've purchased from before. I love this small shop. And honestly, I hadn't purchased from them in a while. So I'm like, you know what? It's time to again. And also, because this product was just, I thought it was so clever. And I'm like, oh, that'd be perfect. So I'll try and do a video on that soon. But yeah, I still have not bought a whole lot, to be quite honest. Yeah, I just have been really enjoying what I have. And, I think like what a lot of people are talking about, just being more mindful of that and just kind of enjoying what I have in my stash. I do want to give you a stash update soon. That is something I'm really going to try to do. If not by the end of this month, then definitely like the beginning of May for sure. Cause I'm like, I think that would be fun. And now that you've seen me, now that I've done this like 2 years in, my stash has changed significantly. Not just in terms of size, but honestly, just what I have too. Like just kind of my preference, you know, like some things that I loved 2 years ago, you know, I'm just kind of like, you know, maybe do I still want that? So, you know, there's been times already that I've kind of destashed some things and stuff like that since getting into diamond painting. So I think it would be fun to do kind of an updated stash and what I'm into. Because the very first stash video I did was, yeah, over a year ago. And yeah, it has. It's definitely changed. So I'm just like, I think it'd be fun to do another update on what's in my stash now because it's definitely changed. But yeah, I think that's kind of what's coming up as far as, you know, content wise. Yeah, just kind of taking it easy, really, but enjoying it. Hopefully I can go live this Thursday. I felt so bad last Thursday. I really wanted to go live, but it was just super stormy. And it wasn't necessarily because it was like raining and pouring. It was the wind. And the wind here, it has been crazy. Like even just yesterday, we were having like 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And unfortunately, my internet provider just can't always handle that. And so my internet was just going in and out. And I'm just like, you know what? It's just, I don't want to be like messing with the internet halfway through a live. So I would rather just probably just stay on the safe side and not do it for right now. And then just try and do it the next week. So I do feel bad about that. I really wanted to go live last week, but yeah, it was just, I don't know. That weather was awful. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the name of the game here in Kansas in April and May. It's storm season. And we'll get a lot of them. So it just kind of happens. So hopefully it won't happen often on Thursdays when I go live. But, you know, we'll just play it by ear. And obviously on days where I'm supposed to go live, and, you know, something's going on, I'll always make sure I write like a community post on YouTube. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up that that's kind of the plan is, yeah, because unfortunately, you know, you can't predict the weather and sometimes it really can. It can create a lot of issues, but you know, we'll see. But my husband and I were also looking into because where we live, unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of options when it came to providers. But now there's more providers like offering more services in our neighborhood. So it's kind of like, I think we're going to be taking a second look at our internet provider and maybe seeing if we can find something that is better. Because right now, our internet, it started off great, and now it's just kind of, I don't know, it's gone downhill. So I think it's time to maybe start looking around. We'll start shopping around for sure. But yeah, I think really, guys, that's all that's coming up. So there, you guys got to see some pretty ABs put down. But yeah, I think we'll probably end there for today. But I hope everyone is doing well. Please let me know what you're working on. Let me know how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you. I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope you are staying well, staying healthy, enjoying spring. Spring is definitely fully here where I am, and I'm just loving it. I'm so loving the nicer weather and being outside, and just, you know, that feeling that summer is right around the corner and I can hardly wait. And yeah, so please let me know how you're doing. I hope you are taking care of yourselves, taking care of each other. And like always, I hope this video brought you a little bit of joy, because it really does. It brings me joy making them. I have so much fun. I love catching up with you guys. And yeah, I will see you the next time. Bye.